Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and as I usually do try to do, I'm gonna try and keep this video a little just concise. I just want to give a quick opinion on the One Piece live action Netflix adaptation. And as someone who's been on and off One Piece fan, as if I know what's going on currently in the manga, I'm not really reading it, but I'm trying to stay up to date because I don't have the time for it, and I'm not watching the anime. But I am a fan of the series, and I do love, and I'm super curious about the world, its characters, and I did watch and read everything until the what was it, past the Punk Hazard and the Dressrosa. I think it was still the Whole Cake Island arc. I ended up watching. I stopped right before Wano. I stopped reading the manga right before then. That's basically the gist of that. However, when I heard that Netflix was going to take an attempt at doing a live action of One Piece, I was super skeptical. Oda himself, the creator, was going to be involved. That was a huge plus for me. However, still staying skeptical because something similar was going to happen to Avatar as well, The Last Airbender. The creators were going to be part of it, they want to be involved. Then things happened and the creators left the project. So I was super, again, using this word, skeptical about how things were going to go, what the flow was going to be like, what we were going to get, what the outcome was going to be at the end of the day, because Netflix doesn't have a great track record when it comes to live action stuff from anime. So again, I'm just thinking out of my head right now, so I hope this video doesn't take too long. But when the One Piece trailer finally occurred, and first of all, when the actors were shown, I was all right. This could kind of work, I guess. Luffy's actor seemed all right. I could see him being Luffy. Nami, I wasn't too sure at first. Asoro looked alright. Sanji looked alright. Usopp, in my opinion, even though people were like, his nose needs to be longer, even though, and I'm not talking to one of my friends, by the way, who said that recently. Just in general, people were saying his nose needs to be longer. I felt that the casting was great. And when the first trailer arrived, I really warmed up to them. And I had one of those moments like every other person and fan does, where they watch the trailer once, they'll watch it again, they'll watch it again and again and again and a couple more times, and all of a sudden these characters start to really work. Kobe worked great too. Garp was one of those where I'm like, ooh, okay, like this is a little weird, but I mean, the way I was expecting a different Garp, but it still works. Now, I binge watched the season in like 3 days. In the work week, I binged it in 3 days, 3 evenings, and I have to say that it's great. That's the gist of this video. Cut. We're here. Thank you for subscribing. Bye. Whatever. No, but it's great. The series is great. It does something that I've said this before to a couple of other friends as well. One of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie of all time, is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, directed by Edgar Wright, written by Brian Lee O'Malley. Now, that's a graphic novel based on 6 volumes. 6 volumes worth of content Edgar Wright was able to shorten down to a 1.5 hour movie, I think it is, which you can also find on Netflix, by the way, and made it work. Now, when it comes to the directing of this series and the approach that they went for, they did an entire long arc in the span of 8 episodes, I think, an hour per episode, so 8 hours worth of content, which is incredible in a way. Because as you guys all know, the One Piece anime likes to sometimes also drag things out a little. But they changed things around to still make it its own, and while still referencing important things, but leaving certain less important things out, and makes it work. Because when I look back, and somebody asked me remember when the One Piece live action did this? I'm not gonna think of the manga. I'm not gonna think of the anime. I'm going to think of the specific live action adaptation because of its significant enough changes to be its own thing while staying true to the core of the story. Hopefully that makes some sense with that. And that was very important that the live action differentiated itself from the other medium. And it's incredible that One Piece now has a successful manga story, a successful anime adaptation, and a successful live action adaptation. I'm not sure there's a movie somewhere out there, like a musical or something out there, or live stage play or something that's also super successful there in Japan. But yeah, no, it's everything from like my favorite characters have remained my favorite characters. What I said about Nami earlier, the actress, where I wasn't too a little iffy about her, she won me over. Usopp won me over. Some of the kids' backstories I didn't care for all too much when I was younger when watching One Piece, because I first watched One Piece as an anime and then went back and read the manga. I didn't care for them too much. I'm like, oh wow, this is sad. But watching it now, somehow it had a more punch going for it, and it felt to me more impactful in a way because these episodes, as they're going, mind you, it's just 8 episodes. You got 8 episodes to introduce Nami, Sanji, Zoro, Usopp, and Luffy's backstory. So 5 of these 8 episodes, you're introducing characters to us and telling us their backstories, their motivations, while still creating chemistry around them and making it work. And going back to the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World reference that I was bringing up, it was done masterfully here in a way that you still get the important bits of the story of this Arlong Park arc, while still like changing things enough and leaving things out that aren't important, and also like referencing little things that are in the manga that they didn't go into, but like in the background or something like that. Favorite characters of this series: Zoro, because he's my number one nakama, always will be. I, for a fact, mind you, did not know that he played. Hold up, I have the picture right over here saved up, and that he played Nijimura in the live action JoJo's Diamond is Unbreakable. I did not know that he was in Knights of the Zodiac, the actor. The actor's pretty good. I like him. He's great. Like again, I also have like a huge bias towards Zoro because Zoro is the best nakama. Period. Usopp, I was a little afraid that they were going to make him a little bit too goofy, but they made him smug enough in this series where he is Usopp, but not so overly the top and not so overly scared. Like, yeah, he's scared in moments and he hides at reasonable times for good reasons, as any other person would, but he's not like the scary cats, I'm gonna pee my pants kind of thing. It's not that cat or like that. His eyes are popping out when things happen or whatever, which I appreciate. Nami the actress plays a great cat burglar role while still keeping a little bit of like, I'm forcibly not making friends with people because I don't want to hurt people. That kind of vibe. Does a great job doing so. Mind you, I also have to say that I'm sorry if I'm not saying any of the actors' names. I could have them on the screen, but I'm just trying to just wing this episode really. This video. Sorry. Luffy, I thought in moments the acting felt all right. Most of the time it was fun, and the amount of times that Luffy had to say, because I'm gonna become king of the pirates, was sometimes a little bit I don't want to say annoying because that's not the word. It was like, okay, we heard it already, like a couple times, because he has to remind everybody, every person he has to see, he has to tell them. It's almost like wishful thinking in a way, which again will happen, but it's almost like wishful thinking that he's portraying it to everybody, like, hey, I'm the king of the pirates, to every single person he meets. And But Luffy was fun. Like he was great as the actor. The child actors from their backstories were great. Some of those things, some of those backgrounds, I wasn't expecting, and I bawled my eyes out with certain important key parts. Like again, Luffy getting the hat from Shanks. I feel like the kid actor who played that did that in such a realistic manner. I feel like when he was crying when he had the hat, it felt so real. Like the pride of I don't want to let you down when he's looking at Shanks while getting the hat, and Shanks is telling him, Hanks almost, when Shanks is telling him, hey, like bring this back when you're a great pirate. That just hit me so much. One thing I didn't like in the kid's backstory was Zoro's backstory. I felt like if I could be wrong. I could maybe remember it incorrectly, and I wish they kept this part in the live action. I thought that when he was a kid, he found out that his friend passed away. I thought I could be completely wrong. I could be imagining this. I'm not fact checking here, but I could have sworn that Zoro as a kid was like screaming like, you can't die, not now, you promised to become the best swordsman with me, like almost like yelling at a passed away body. And they didn't do that in this flashback. I could be wrong again. I'm just maybe that's something that struck in my head. Watch me fact check this after this video and be completely wrong. But everything else, like the character Seth, Sanji looked some point. Sanji took a minute to warm up to me at first when I saw the trailers and whatnot and his look, but seeing him in action was fun. Luffy, great. Nami, great. Usopp, great. Buggy, the actor that played Buggy, wow. Stole the show, in my opinion. Buggy was a great, fun character. It worked. His character works. A character that I didn't expect was going to be all that amazing. I was super worried how they were going to portray Buggy, who, by the way, is a important, semi-important, pretty important character in the in the One Piece series. Ends up be nailing it out of the park. Like this is almost sealed that his character is gonna be good in the next couple seasons, or even just get little cameos. Now, Arlong, some people were saying that they wish he would have been more imposing. I do agree with that. I feel like Arlong could have been maybe not casted but portrayed a little bit differently. But also when you get to Arlong Park and you see the fishmen everywhere, I liked the vibe that was created there. It still looked menacing, and I liked the design of Arlong as well. People say, "Oh, he looks so goofy," or also with the weird nose and stuff. But like, yeah, again, Oda was in charge of also approving this and okaying this, and this is what Oda probably had in his mind when he wanted to do something live action as well. So Arlong, in my opinion, I liked Arlong. I liked the Usopp arc as well. I'm gonna forget a bunch of names, and yeah, no, great live action adaptation. There are a lot of bits in this series that I really loved and enjoyed. I honestly, at the time when I watched the Nami rescue arc, I was not like super crazy about just that little sequence. Like it was strong because Luffy just saying like, "Yo, just tell me, like, tell me what's going on," and Nami finding out that Arlong's effed her over with the money, and she was never gonna be free, and her crying for help in the manga and in the anime, it didn't strike me as hard, but in the live action, I felt that took me more, and I felt it way more in the live action than I did in the series. The moment when Zoro declares that he's not going to stop, he's going to follow Luffy forever until he becomes king of the pirates and until he becomes the best swordsman ever. He's not going to rest. He's not going to stop until he becomes the best swordsman. That part always hits me. Again, Zoro is one of my favorite characters. I like the reasoning for Helmeppo's haircut. it was interesting, and I this part I forgot from the manga, but it was interesting for me to see him with long hair. I'm not sure if he did have long hair in the manga. I completely forgot, to be honest, because by now I only know time skip Helmeppo. But to see the reason how he got his hair cut, his infamous little like almost inwards bowl cut, that was interesting to see. And mind you, I said I was going to try and keep this video short, but yeah, no, One Piece live action. If you are, well, what I was going to say, if you never read the manga or anime, but at this point, I'm really just blabbering on for those that have watched it already. Let's just say this: if you're anime watcher, if you are a manga only reader, and you had any doubts in watching this video, and obviously what I said in this video has no spoilers since you've already seen it, then and you're asking yourself, should I watch or should I give the Netflix adaptation a try? Then yeah, give it a try. So far, all the people that I know, that I personally know, that have watched it, have had fun with it. And it's a really fun and good watch. And would I watch it again? Yes, I would. I'll probably put it in the background while doing something when I'm working on something, but I would definitely rewatch it. It has a lot of really fun, good moments, and I bawled my eyes out a couple times in this adaptation because all the important moments, like I said, feel more condensed, put together, and properly paced. And maybe it's also, I have to admit, nostalgia playing a role in towards my feelings towards this adaptation. It works. Netflix, you got this. You did great with this, and let's see how you do Avatar. I hope Avatar is good. Oh, please tell me it's good. It's gotta be good. But otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you are unfamiliar with my channel, please go check it out. Check my channel out if you like it. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button on this video. And if you watch the live action, I almost said Netflix adaptation of One Piece, tell me in the comment section what you thought of it. No spoilers, please, for future events. Let's keep it civil. If you are going to post spoilers, please always write in all caps spoilers and then your comment right under that so that people have enough warning to skip it if they don't want to see it, or manga spoilers or anime spoilers or whatever. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy the video. Have a wonderful day, weekend, whatever it is that's coming your way, and maybe I'll see you next time. Bye.